Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, so on this video, first off, I'm Danielle. I'm the creator of Natural Beaded Row Hair Extensions. You may have heard of them, you may have not. A lot of people refer to them as MBR. I started my brand 11 years ago now. I actually started it on YouTube, just sharing my passion for hair and things like that, and the brand kind of evolved. We now teach thousands of artists around the country, even around the world, how to do the system of natural beaded rows. And one of the biggest things that keeps coming up on social media, you guys, that I have to address on this video is hand-tied extensions. Hand-tied extensions. So I feel like this is a very loose term now used. Hey, what kind of extensions do you wear? Oh, I wear the hand-tied kind. Me too. No. These are clearly what I have is not what you have. And I know you guys have, if you're someone who wears extensions, you might have been in that situation where you're like, does my extensions, does that look the same? Is this the same quality? That kind of thing. So honestly, I really want to just talk to you specifically about natural beaded rows, but also kind of, I guess, clear the air and kind of let you guys know my thoughts on hand-tied extensions. Hand-tied extensions, it's not a specific brand, it's a super general term. And the reason that hand-tied extensions kind of started to get trending and get popular is because of hand-tied hair. And then a lot of artists were using hand-tied hair with using multiple different beaded systems. So hand-tied hair is actually referencing how the hair is sewn together at the factory. So you can see this little weft here, this how small it is, that is hand-tied. It's literally hand sewn together. The crazy part is there's multiple different brands and types of hand-tied hair. So this is actually my hairline. This is ISLA Handtied hair exclusively for natural beaded row hair extensions. So anybody who comes and takes our education can get their hands on this hair. Because I have a lot of people say, do you sell it? I want to buy your hair, I want to buy your hair. You have to find somebody who does natural beaded rows and then specifically ask them if they're using ISLA Handtied hair. So this hair, I developed this line of hair about 3 years ago, around the same time I was having my third baby girl named Isla. That's kind of what inspired the name. But I've been behind the chair for over 20 years now. I started using hand-tied hair 20 years ago when nobody was using it. It was like the lowest selling product. Like if you cut the weft, they didn't like it. And I loved it because the weft was so thin, it allowed me to stack multiple pieces onto a row and sew it together. And that's kind of why I started using hand-tied hair. And it was always a dream and a vision of mine to create my own hairline. So I did it, but you can imagine how particular I am because I wear my own product. So kind of go back to just talking about hand-tied hair. There's different brands that will create their own version of hand-tied hair, and hand-tied hair again is just referencing the weft of how it's actually sewn together. So I'm going to just specifically talk to you about some of the benefits of ISLA hair and what was really important to me in creating this line. So one of the biggest problems I faced with any hairline I had used in the past is it looked very shiny and almost kind of Barbie doll in the beginning in the package, which you're like, oh, it's pretty, but it's not realistic. I have actually pretty shiny, straight hair, but brand new hair always just looked fake to me. So I preferred it after washing the hair a few times. And then as I started down this route of creating my own hairline, I started asking all the questions so that I could create something that helped problem solve what I was experiencing as an artist and as a client myself. So one of the things I found out is the silicone ratio actually plays a huge role in how the hair looks in the package and also the longevity of the hair and also even the color fading out. So if you've had hair extensions that, they in the beginning, they might feel too silky, too soft, and then you wash it a couple times, you're like, oh, now I like it. And then 3 weeks in or 4 weeks in after using the hair, you're like, oh my God, now it feels really tangly and I don't know, the color is fading. It's because the silicone ratio, and as the silicone starts to wear off, then the hair can honestly feel like completely different hair than what you purchase. So one of my goals with ISLA Handtied hair was I wanted to create a better quality product and put less silicone on the actual hair. So that's what I did. And what we experienced by doing so is our colors are phenomenal. They come back 6 weeks later, 8 weeks later for a touch up and you're like, wow, the client's happier because the fade out's nicer and it makes it easier for the artist because we're not having to color correct and over color, which you shouldn't be coloring wefts that much, especially you shouldn't be lightening or bleaching them at all. You should be very careful with what color you add on to extension hair. Honestly, if I feel like I'm doing a color correction on hair, it's time to just, as an artist, recommend new hair for that client and creating realistic expectations for that client. So we found in doing less silicone that it just, the clients were happier, the artist was happier, it looked more natural. They weren't going through this phase of having it really, really tangly because, again, it was a higher quality of hair and it didn't need that amount of silicone on it. One of the other benefits of ISLA hand-tied hair is it is 100% remi, but you have to be careful because sometimes you can buy hair and on the package it says 100% remi, but is it 100% remi? The partners and the factories and everybody that I work with have such a huge reputation in our industry that we are able to say that it is 100% remi, and also it's 100% cuticle intact. So if you have really tangly hair and you don't know what's going on, it might be an issue of the cuticle is not all going the same direction. So these are just little things to honestly look for. We have a whole webpage talking about how ISLA is sourced, where it's from, how we're giving back, and things like that. One of the other benefits of ISLA is more grams per weft. Now, other lines might claim they have more grams per weft, but it goes on the width of the weft. That's hard to say. The width of the weft. So based on the width that ISLA is, we have more grams per weft. So when I was using old hand-tied hairlines, I was stacking so much hair on each row because I didn't want 7 rows in my head. I can't fit that many rows. I wanted the max amount of fullness, and I didn't want them to show because my natural hair is a little bit finer. So I found by stacking multiple pieces onto, I wear 2 and a mini, it allows me to have them hide more, it allows them to not show, and it allows me to add a lot of hair on there and cut into it and layer it so it looks really, really natural. So more grams per weft, it was like a win for me because it wouldn't bulk, I wouldn't get a lot of bulkiness here, so it wouldn't pull on my hair as much, and I felt like it wouldn't grow out as quick because it wasn't as heavy, and it was just fluffier and fuller, and again, laying flatter here but having nice amount of fullness here. A lot of people ask me, like, because I just put new pieces in, but a lot of people ask me how much hair I wear. I wear 4 pieces on my bottom row, I wear 5 pieces on my main row or this top row, and on my mini I wear 1 piece. So I wear a total of 10 pieces of ISLA hand-tied hair. This, I actually just put 22s in, you guys, and I'm like, is this too long? I can like tuck it in my pants, but I'm petite, I'm only 5'3", so 22 is pretty long on me, and I actually cut into it a little bit. So yeah, this is my hairline. I feel like I just wanted to share with you guys so you're not like, I'm looking for hand-tied extensions. Well, what type of extensions are you actually looking for? How is it installed in the hair? And really, what hair is being used? Because I always say 50% of the system that you choose is represented by 50% quality of the hair that you're using. So it's just really important to know kind of what you're getting into and what kind of hair you're using and things like that. One of the things that we actually offer with our artists is and I don't know of any hairline that does this, but if you don't like your hair, you get a bad batch, you get sunscreen on your hair, shit happens, life happens. We actually have the option where you can purchase hair insurance. No matter what happens, if something goes south with your bag of hair, we will ship you a brand new bag of hair at no charge. So I personally don't know of any other hairline company that offers that, but that's something that we stand by because we stand by our artists and we want them to give their clients a phenomenal product. So I'm gonna show you guys, this is my, I currently have, I think there's 18 different colors. We're working on 2 more colors. We have 3 different lengths. We have 18, 22, and we even have 24. And we have 3 different texture or curl patterns. I like to think of it as texture, not necessarily curl, because I naturally have straight hair and I still wear some of my beach wave pieces because I like how it dries. It dries with a little bit of movement and texture, and you can mix different textures. So this is our beach wave. I'm actually putting this in my daughter's hair. I recently colored her hair copper. The joy of having 4 daughters is they have a mom that does hair. And then these are just a couple of our straight pieces. And again, you can kind of see like this hair is a little bit fluffier, it's shinier, but it doesn't have quite as much silicone. So that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to share just kind of what to look for, and specifically about Natural Beaded Rose, and specifically about ISLA hand-tied hair. So hope this was informative. I'm gonna put the link below this video for education opportunities. Right now we have a 2-day virtual event, and then we have a 1-year academy program. So stay tuned. We're gonna be sharing more videos inside my salon of color tips and lots of good things. So, all right, we'll see you guys later.